Hi everyone. I'm working on this is going to be part two of my phone interview with Jen Kogan of Anja. So Jenny, let's see where we at. Um, so we were talking about whether or not you would want to grow your business, and in that same vein, I'm just wondering if you know of any local resources for funding that you might know about.
Yeah, the community college has programs to help you. There are a couple small business incubators in the area that I know will help with funding and will help with strategy and your business plan and all that sort of thing. I've been, you know, haven't really gone into a lot of that yet because, I haven't needed it. When I decide to maybe open this spa eventually, well, of course, I'm going to need some funding. And I know it's very tough to get a conventional loan anymore. So I will definitely be tapping into those resources.
Have you taken advantage of maybe any of the classes offered?
The only classes that I've taken advantage of
Mhm.
are they had some that were about, um, you know, this is kind of embarrassing to admit considering I did marketing for so many years, but the type of marketing I did versus what is happening now is very different. I mean, the internet has just changed so much. So they did a 101 on internet marketing, and I took that,
Mhm.
because I wanted to understand the bigger picture when it comes to like Facebook,
Sure.
Instagram, all of that, building your brand. I mean, it's very important. And I understand brand building, but I really just wasn't doing as much of this um, in my job as is required for a small business like this to really get attention.
So, you know, you had a lot of the marketing figured out, but, what aspects of business ownership did you really struggle with?
Let's see. I mean, I struggled with understanding taxes. For instance, I get a lot of tips in my business, um, and of course there's sales tax
Sure.
involved, and it gets really complicated. And I didn't understand all that fully the first year, and kind of bit me in the booty when I went to do my taxes. I ended up owing a lot more than I expected.
Mm.
Um, and I had just never done anything like that before. I'd never dealt with running my own business and finances. Because I have a smaller business, it wasn't that complicated, figuring out what I'm making per month versus
Mhm.
what I'm spending per month. But I was figuring my tips completely in as income when really they weren't, in the sense that they weren't mine to spend. Some of them were going to have to go back to the government.
Well, do you sort of suggest that others get an accountant right off the bat?
Yeah, honestly, it is
Mhm.
an expense to get an accountant, but it's a lifesaver. Now that's what I have. I have someone that monthly I just kind of send them my information. So when tax time comes, I already know what to expect. She's
Right.
already telling me what I need to be setting aside monthly
That's smart.
in order to cover all those possible taxes.
Mhm.
And we're keeping up with, you know, write offs and things like that. So I won't get myself in the situation I was the first year I started my business. I would suggest to
Sure.
anyone who has the extra money to do that. I don't even have that complicated of a business. If you had multiple employees and you had, larger office expenses and things like that, it's a no-brainer. You know, you are a professional and you are good at what you do, and you have to acknowledge that there are people who are also professionals and they
Yeah.
know what they're doing, and you are not an accountant. They are,
Right.
for a reason.
Right.
So it's worth the money.
What for you has been the biggest expense so far?
The biggest expense for me personally, it's maybe two different things. One is, of course, my space. I
Mhm.
have to have my own private space to do the massage in. And so Bellingham is a very expensive place. I'm currently paying $9.50, and it's just a room basically with access to a bathroom. There's not much to it. So that's a huge expense, one that, I've had to, change my pricing from what it was in Winston-Salem because it's a lot cheaper there, a whole lot cheaper. So here I had to raise my prices to reflect the fact that I was spending so much more for it, See, the other biggest expense is I have to do continuing classes. So in order to keep my massage license valid, I have to do a certain amount of hours of exterior classes each year, extended learning classes, and that can get extremely expensive, especially because I look at it as an opportunity to learn new techniques, and a lot of times it's weekends or, 3 or 4 days away, and there's travel expenses and staying expenses, and then actually paying for the classes. But you have to do it, and it looks good to do it. It's always smart to be able to advertise a fuller range of activities.
Well, Jen, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I know you're busy, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you for talking to me. It's been really fun and interesting, and I appreciate it. And good luck with your degree.
Thanks. Thank you.